Happy New Year 2026. I'm sorry, I just ate a little snack real quick. I wanted to show y'all. Look at all these birds over here, yo. It's a lot, yo. A lot of birds. Sit down, baby girl. Yeah, I hope you all enjoy that new music short I just put out. Anyways, I'm just showing y'all a little scenery. What's up, Daisy girl? I know it's raining outside. I think it slowed down now though. But yeah, it was raining pretty good. But anyways, much love, everyone. We're having this New Year's 2026 weekend. So yeah, hope y'all having a good time. My dog's gonna cry. My dog's over here crying. All right, we'll go outside in just a minute, okay? It's cold out there. But anyways, yo, what's good, everyone? Hopefully y'all can hear me. If you would, let me know in the comments. That way I know that my audio is working, because yeah, oftentimes lately my audio likes to cut out. So if anybody hears this, hey, what's good? Can you hear me? How you doing? What's good, yo? Do you want to see? I got all these birds real quick. Look at. So yeah, yo, what's good? Much love, everyone. Much love. My dog's over here acting a fool, making it hard to record right now. Word. Thank you. Much love, everyone. Happy 2026. You know, we're in the weekend now. Yeah. Man, sending lots of peace and love y'all way. So yeah, we're in here hanging out at the ocean. Just went and got some groceries, so that way I can cook some food up in here. You know, our RV life at the ocean. You know, oh man, I'm so happy. I'm not even capping. Like I'm happy. Like this is the happiest I've been probably ever, to keep it a buck. I ain't even got a job. I do have a mission though, and that is right here. So yeah, y'all have over 400 videos on here. Check me out. You know what I'm saying? I got all kinds of stuff. Deep playlist section. I got so much in my playlist section. I got music shorts. I just released a music short right now, and you know, I hope that y'all enjoy that. It was a little video I recorded of, you know, the birds in the ocean, and to a very good vocals. You know, I decided to do a little Lisa Left Eye is who that person actually is, and yeah, very beautiful song about life. You know, straight up about life. It vibes so well with the footage I made of it. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy that. And yeah, go check it out for sure. And yeah, happy 2026. So much love, yo. So much. Like we in here just having a good old time. It's you know, it's been a little bumpy, without having an actual job right now, but I'm over 700 subs on my channel here. Like, let's go. It's not that I don't put in work, you feel me? So, yeah, much love and appreciation, everyone. And I'm going to get into some topics. I've been on this spiritual path for a while now, and it's finally just developed into something just beautiful. So, I like to share that. I like to share, how I got there and what I came from, and all kinds of good stuff. So, but yeah, one of the topics on this particular video was going to be about, how doing, like, how basically, what's easy isn't always right. So, let me put that into a different perspective. So, there's so many people out there that, be doing all kinds of the wrong things out there. And, it's easy to fall into that versus actually having real growth and actually trying to be something and try to grow above your situation of finances, for a lot of people, including myself. So I grew up in poverty, father in prison, all kinds of, so like, yeah, I totally get it. And I started working at a really young age. I started working at 13 years old, got my first car at 14 with my own money, and yeah, was taking driver's ed. So I got my license early too. Like, you feel me? I'm a very motivated person. And, that this journey that I've been on has led me to focus on what really matters in life versus the system. What the system wants you to view as being what matters. You feel me? That they tried to get everyone to, so many people are in like this worship of money, and ultimately just greed and selfishness, so I like to expose just all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I've been on this path now since before 2017, but 2017 is when it really started to take off. And yeah, I've been, it's been a bumpy ride, not perfect, real growth doesn't come easy. So, that's one of the things that I love to, that's why I put that on the title, because it's not, real true growth isn't easy, and it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And ultimately for me, and oh, you guys, check out this rainbow. Sorry, I'm gonna get these people in the film a little bit. Let's see if you can see that rainbow. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Check out that rainbow, yo. Hopefully y'all can see that. So look at that. Look at what just happened for me right here. You feel me? You in the right place. You see? We got a rainbow right here. So yeah, much love everyone out there, yo. And I've been although I'm basically dragged through the mud trying to even find a part-time job while being out here in this situation of I'm trying to finish paying off my land. So in order for me to really do that, I had to leave my land, which I'd been there for 2 years while I was paying on it, and then times just got really hard, and so I left because I didn't want to lose it. So it was either move it or lose it type of situation. So I got out there and been doing what I've had to do to try to pay off my land. And What's good, Edward? What's good? Is you still up in here? Saying hi. What yo? Happy 2026 weekend, yo! It's the weekend of the first weekend of 2026. Let's go. You feel me? You just had a rainbow right here, like it's still there, and birds flying all over. People surfing out here today. It's a beautiful location right on the Oregon coast. And, many people bring their dogs here. This is like a dog beach pretty much. I mean, there's so many, there's two dogs coming at me right now. I have mine right beside me. This is the place. So I love it out here. It's so peaceful. Literally, this is the most peaceful place I think I've ever been. And I've been all over. I'm originally from Billings, Montana. And, I've been all over. And this place right here, it has got my soul. I love it. My connection with our infinite creator is so amazing. And with the, Yeshua, Yahweh, the real Jesus, there's so many lies out there in the world that it's crazy, but that's what I've dedicated basically a decade or more into studying. It really started in 2013. So yeah, I've only been a channel almost 3 years now, and that's been a bumpy road. I've lost focus a bunch, just trying to survive, having to work, having to do this, that. So it's been a challenge to stay on focus, but here lately I've just made it my mission. I mean, it is my mission, so I got to just treat it as such. And so yeah, I'm very, very thankful to be here, speaking to y'all, and hopefully helping a lot of different people in different ways. That's really my focus, is being of service to others. Because I have a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And I've been here before. You know what I mean? I've worked into past regression healing, which focuses on your past lives. I've done a little bit of that. And wow, what I uncovered about my last life was crazy. And it just so happens that I'm on the same path again. And, it's funny because there is no such thing as a coincidence. And not only that, but, Edgar Casey got reincarnated as David Wilcock. And they basically have a very similar mission in life, too. They both kind of speak about, close to the same things. And so I think it's funny that, us starseeds out here, over 1 million of us strong, we're here for a mission. That's our true purpose of being here. So that's why a lot of us, don't fit in with working. Even though I started working, I started working at, let me take it off these people real quick so y'all can see me. I just got rid of my goatee, had to start a little fresh for the New Year's. So yeah, anyways, much love, everyone. And so I got a little off topic there. I just didn't want to keep capturing these people in my video here. So anyways, what y'all doing for 2026? What's your focus? You know what I mean? What's your resolutions? What are you focused on? Because for me, it's diving all into this mission and staying on it and not letting the distractions of this world keep pulling me away from it, because the one infinite creator has a plan and I keep getting pulled back into it. So no matter what I try to do to keep a job and stuff like that, it just doesn't ever work for me. So this is what I got. So, much love, everyone. And I've literally been on this really, really good information since 2017 now. So that's around the year I basically quit drinking. That's when I quit getting drunk. Um, that's when I quit being a social drug user with people. All kinds of things I had started to work on and focus on my growth and getting out of the streets and getting out of the violence and putting the gun down and not all the way, but for the most part. And I am from Montana, so there is that. But and my family was military on both sides, so mom and dad side both military. So I got it in me, but it was really just and it kind of turned me to the streets life around like 18 when I tried to join the military and they denied me. Like, bro, my family is in the military and everything, like on both sides, and y'all ain't gonna let me in. So you know what I'm saying? That now I'm 32 now, but that for a while kind of sent me on a different path because I already was awake and was not really wanting to just keep working, but that's what I ended up having to do. Um, but yeah, I was like, they denied me just because when I was a child, I took Ritalin for ADHD, and even though I was no longer even taking it at that time that I tried to get into the military, they denied me because I'd passed use of it and stuff. And anyways, so yeah, so anyways, fast forward, and I've been through a lot of different situations and stuff, and one thing that has become very clear to me is our creators looking out. I've felt it in situations before. I've got out of situations I probably shouldn't still be alive. Like in multiple situations, I shouldn't still be alive because of being in the streets and stuff. So, like, yeah, this is a blessing that I'm just RVing and I'm just focused on being out here with nature and bringing you all the best connection possible and not being totally washed away by the rat race of living in a big city and stuff, because I'm from all that and been around everywhere. I've been here and there and there and there, and I've been all over. So yeah, I'm just happy to be right where I'm at right now and grateful. You know what I mean? That's one thing that can be a struggle for a lot of people, because I've been down the path. I struggled to even find connection with God, and I had to realize that it wasn't God. It was our one infinite creator. Start uncovering some real knowledge, and it started to get easier. Although when you're on the right path, you're always going to have negative entities try to come and attack and try to come and strip you down, knock you down to nothing, all kinds of stuff. So it's not an easy path. And that's why I wanted to kind of add that into the title, that, doing what's right isn't always easy. You know what I mean? Doing what's truly right and not just what they want you to do, because you're not really awake unless you know that 1% controls us and the 4% work for them. Okay, that's now 5%. And then there's 5% of people out there like me who are trying to help wake people up and show y'all, a different life. And so yeah, that's the job, is us like 5% trying to wake up the 90%, because the 1% control us and the 4% are their puppets. So like that's real stuff, and that was shared on Anonymous a long time ago. And so I like to bring that up because yeah, that's some good stuff. And not only that, speaking on the subject, I have actually I'm actually one that turned anonymous onto a lot of information, and that's no cap at all. Like they was on the wrong path completely, and I mean, they still make a lot of fear porn. You know, a lot of their content is fear porn, and that's why I don't really mess with it anymore, and why I even tried to help them, because I'd been following them for ever. That was one of the original sources that a lot of people use to try to tap into different things that are actually going on. And but now I have way different sources, and so I tried to I succeeded. I planted those seeds, and they have made several content about those people that I told them about. So I literally had a direct impact on their content. It was literally like less than a week after I talked with them that they started to make content. It was within like a few days. So, and that, like I said, they're still going back and forth with the fear porn, which is what I call it, because the negative entities out there, that's how they control us, is by fear, through like this money system. And then there's so many layers to this that religion also plays a part in it, because it keeps people divided. So if you got all these different religions and all these different views, what does that cause? That doesn't create united we stand. That creates divided we fall. So it is important that people can step back from religion and work on just finding the true connection with the one infinite creator out there. And through Jesus, which is actually Yeshua, Yahweh, on some that's real information about that. So, there was no Jesus. That was all part of religion. That was all part of this play. So, Yeshua was a fourth density being on this planet. He was incarnated as a fourth density being. And that's why he was able to perform the different miracles that he did. So we're headed for a solar cycle that happens every almost 26,000 years. And I've checked the score, and I know that we already won. I just want to bring as many people with us as possible, because not everyone's going to make the ascension. Not everyone, some people are going to choose the wrong thing and have to pay. So for me, it's also important to try to steer people away from AI. That's, that causes, my content to be under, I don't even like to say the word, because, there's so many different words, and I need to actually look into the different words. I still haven't done that. There's so many different words that you don't want to say on YouTube, or they'll stop letting people come in, like they'll stop pushing it out to people. So yeah, I got to work on that. That's one thing I got to work on. But I'm raw, I'm authentic, I'm real. So I'm not filtered. I like to keep it real, and I've always kept it real. So that's always been a part of me. And so I was raised on some solid principles. I was raised on some good morals. I did come from a Christian family, but it's that also got to let me see at a young age how many of them, pretty much all, right, were extremely judgmental towards everything. Like I said, back to the division. Religion just created so much division. People dive into that book and they think they know what they're reading, but the real true meaning of so much of it in there is like coded. You got to look past at the surface level value of what you're reading. You got to look past that and deeper into it, because they talked about different star seeds, angels and all these different things, the fiery chariots, the chariots. You know, then those are a different craft out there. You feel me? So yeah, there's a really cool painting that I had found, a really old painting that it was like, you know, back in a long time ago, right? It was themed a long time ago, and the whole sky was filled with these crafts. There's a bunch of them. I was like, man, that is a really cool picture. You feel me? What's good? What's good, Joe? I think I probably lost everybody. I had it going, but you know, you get in too deep, you know, and people trickle away. So, you know, it is what it is. Cannot do anything about that. Check this out. And whew, I had barely enough gas to get back to the ocean after doing some grocery shopping. So, yeah, thank God I made it. And so I think I'll be good for today. Hopefully I don't run out of propane. I'm super hoping I don't run out of propane now that I got coffee, water, food, you know, so yeah, me and Daisy are just chilling here at the ocean, and I need to light back up this stogie. And I need to cook some food here in a minute. But I just wanted to, you know, do a little live stream and see if I could, you know, touch a few people, plant a few seeds, you know, good stuff, good stuff. Actually, pretty decent little live stream. I was on a roll of, man, being really, you know, I would love to go like an hour or two at least, you know, but I don't know if I can, might have to redo the title on my video to try to, you know, bring some people in, because, you know, people don't always want to hear the truth. Right? Yep. 35 different ancient prophecies. They were all they're really trying to tamper with me now, man. All right, hold on. Let it calm down. I know they're watching me all the time. They love watching me, man. I must be good entertainment for them. Yeah, baby girl, what's up? So yeah, yo, man, I want to get back into this, but you know what I'm saying? 35 different ancient prophecies, all speaking about the same thing. Yeah, no, they were all crazy, right? They were all a bunch of lunatics that had no idea what they were talking about. Nice, man. I really wish I had a computer, man, right now. Man, I would be reading off a little bit of the Law of One right now. Because, man, I love that. And life has been so busy that I haven't been able to read into that as much as I would like to. Like, I started to the other night, and then I had to do something else. I don't know. So, you know, but yeah, much love, everyone. I would love to show you all the ocean some more, but there's so many people here right now, even though it's raining. So, well, it's kind of stopped raining for a minute, but right now I hear it on my roof. So, yeah. But 2026, yo, this is the first weekend of the new year. Man, who's feeling a better energy? Who's just so focused on making this a good year that can't be put out? Because that's what it is for me. And this started right around Christmas when I got here to the ocean. And it's still, there's always a bumpy ride. This is not the easy path, right? This is the hard path. The correct path is harder than, you know, the easy path that everybody's on, trying to worship money and, be the puppets in the system, that's the easy route. It's easy to just do what they tell you to do, right? For some people. But for many of us out there, that is not the story. So that's when, are you going to keep beating your head against a wall? Or are you going to figure something else out? And that's what I've had to do. I can't continue to try to fit into a system that I know is not made for me. As being not of this world, that's not me. That's not for me. So even though I started at 13 years old because I had to go get it or I didn't get it, you feel me? I was told if I wanted it, I had to go get it. So I was like, all right, bet. Here goes the game, here goes the distractions, here goes all that. So yeah, I was on that path for a while, and really let's see, it's been since like right around 2020 is when I took off for good. I was like, man, I'm done renting. I'm so done renting. There's nothing, and we're gonna have some. Yeah, no. So yeah, man, we got to, pray that at least I can get some propane here soon and some more gas. So that's what I'm really praying on. Manifesting somehow. But for today, I think I'm okay. I just pray I don't run out of propane in the middle of cooking. That would really suck. So, you know what I mean? That would really suck. I just ran out of propane when I was trying to cook some food right now. Like, oh man. So yeah, there is that. It's getting close. I know that. So it's chilly out, I gotta close this window right here. Even the air out there is cold. My feet are cold now, so just by having my little wing window open right here. But yeah, I'm thinking about making some food here, man. I got some Jack Daniel's shredded chicken. I'm gonna make that, and I don't know what else I'm gonna make with it. I might actually make some like fried potatoes. Think about kind of making like a mix with that Jack Daniel's chicken, because it's smothered in that Jack Daniel's sauce. So think about doing that with some chicken screaming at the ocean. Yeah, man. My Daisy had a chicken screaming. Man, she had that chicken terrified, man. That was so funny. That was so funny, man. I had to call her off it, or she was gonna have her a chicken. Isn't that right? Did Daisy almost have a chicken? Did Daisy almost have her a chicken? Did she have a chicken screaming bloody murder for its life? Huh? She's like guilty. All right, now there's less people out in the way, man. Oh man, most of the birds are gone. I think there's still some over there though. Yeah, all right there on the ground. Those are all birds. There was a whole bunch of them though. But yeah, you've probably seen that in that music short I just made. Man, what'd you think about that music short I just made? I was just I don't know, just sitting here vibing, and I was like, man, which song am I gonna put this to? The video that I recorded. So I was like, man, I'm gonna pick that one. And yeah, I thought it was fire. I liked it. I think she has very amazing vocals. Probably my favorite out of any female artist. So I had to, because I don't really listen to female artists really, but her mixed with that Kill the MC up in there is some good stuff. So, and that Kill the MC, it's funny because when you try to remix his content, he's on a whole nother level. Okay, trying to remix a Kill the MC's content is so different than anybody else. I swear. Yeah, some songs you'll go in there and try to remix, and it'll start playing something completely different, completely not even the same song. So yeah. Awesome, yo. He's yeah, he deceived a lot of people, but you know, I don't hate on him for that, for the fact that he tried to tell people what he was finna do over and over again. He tried to tell, and people still continued to slumber. So, you know, it is what it is. He done told people, I'm gonna go as soon as y'all turn your back on me, my back on y'all. We ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my nose up. You know what I'm saying? And bug out. Like, man. For everybody to hear, man. Yeah, everybody done slept. Not everybody, but the masses slept like they do. But you know, so yeah, that's why I don't really have no hate for that. You know, I mean, if he would have not gave no warnings, no clues, no nothing, that would probably be a little bit different story. But he tried to let people know what time it was, and you know, people are gonna either listen or not. So you know, you have to wipe your hands. You know, of you can't force anyone to really listen. You know, so it is what it is. Like I say. So, but yeah, I really like that music short, and I'm gonna be bringing a lot more Kill the MC, Jurassic 5 music shorts, because you know I have probably about close to as many. Well, maybe not quite. I probably have more 0 subscribers than I do Kill the MC subscribers, possibly, but. Probably because yeah, but still, you know, I got a lot of people on here that have subscribed to me because of my Kill the MC content. So yeah, I got to keep putting some of that out there for y'all. And yeah, I'm just loving it here at the beach. What a time to go surf! Yeah, Daisy girl, my dog's over here just crying her eyes out. Daisy's over here just crying. We're gonna go to the beach right after I cook some food, okay? So maybe I should jump off here and make some food real quick. And then, yeah, after I eat, then I'll make a new live stream out there on the beach. Hopefully, it won't be raining. Hopefully, huh, Daisy? Hopefully it won't be raining out there. Otherwise, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully it'll maybe like sprinkling rain, not pouring. So yeah. Anyways, I'm just hungry and I'm gonna jump off here. So peace and love, everyone. Peace and love. I'll be right back.